Hello my PC students. Today we're going to do a bit of a review. It's called Borderline 1 and we're going to open that file now and then I'm going to walk you through it. I know most of you have done it, but this will be a good review for you. So I want to go to File and I want you to go to Open and go to Browse, and we'll go to the Classes drive. So we'll go to my classes drive here, you go to your classes drive, and we want to go to PC. So go to your print com folder, and then you will need to go to Documents for Teaching. I'm already there, so you go to Documents for Teaching and open up this file called XX Borderline Shipping Review. So open that up, and now the first thing we'll do is go File, Save As, and we'll go to Browse, and we'll go to your name. So make sure you go to your name, and go to your Printcom folder, and go to your Excel folder, and now click in the file name box, press Home, and type in your name, and type the current date. In this case, it's September 22 for me. And there's your Borderline Shipping Review. That's great, so save it. And let's go to View and put our zoom up, and let's zoom up. I think we got room to zoom up to 150, so let's put in 150 and press Enter. Alright, so the first thing, you already see a pattern with the rate. Alright, so you highlight it. This is the active cell. This was the selected cell. The white one is the active cell. The gray one is the highlighted cell. All right, and we want to drag down, and we have our rate of pay, 22.5, 0.75, 23, and so on down. All right, now the same thing, the hours, we want to repeat them. So grab your fill handle and drag your 40 down so that only 40 repeats. You did not make a pattern there. Then the next thing you are asked to do is, you said create the pay. Well, you already know that your rate times your hours tells you how much you made. So let's put in your equals, and you know you click in the cell. So click in the rate cell, C5, that's 22 hours, or pardon me, $22, times the number of hours, 39. All right, that's perfect. And then we go back, and what's the shortcut to filling the column? Left double click with your fill handle, and remember the fill handle is the thin black crosshairs. So left double click, and there you calculate your salary in a flash. Alright, go Control S to save. Now you decide that maybe you would like to have an increase. So go to cell F4, check your name box, F4, and type in increase. Alright, and press Enter. Now remember, we can copy it, go Control C, and we can go, let's say A19 will be good, and press Enter, and automatically increase is in. Alright, let's have a 10% increase. So put in 10%, press Enter. Alright, to calculate now your increase, you're going to be in cell F5. Alright, so put in equals. And now you remember from your other work that you take your pay times 10%. But what do we have to remember? All of us want to get 10%, right? So it has to be absolute. Okay, when you know to press function key F4 to make it absolute, or another word for it is constant. It won't change. All right, press Enter. Now go to cell F5, your thin black crosshairs, make sure you've got them, left double click, and there's your increase. And right away, $850, $858 times 10%, $85.80, you can figure that out. Now let's take a look at those formulas. I'm going to go Control left single quote, and do you see B19, B19, B19? You have your sales, or your pay times your 10%. And if I go here, your pay times 10%. If I go here, your pay times 10%. So everyone here has received 110%. So you're happy with that. All right, go control left single quote. The next one, you want to do new pay, the next heading. And here I want to say equals sum, because I want to take my pay plus my increase. Now take your big white cursor here, click, hold, and drag. Okay, and it should read E5 to F5. All right, press enter. And that was adding the two of them together. And now you, with your thin black crosshairs, left double click. And there's your new pay. And again, let's go control left single quote. Take a look. Sum, sum, sum. My pay plus the increase. My pay plus the increase. All right, control left single quote, and you're back. Another way you could do it, and we'll call this new pay 2. All right, and I'm going to widen my column, would be if we had down here, we'll copy this, we'll go to H4, Control C, go to A20 and press enter. New pay 2 is 110%. So for those of you that can see that your pay would be pay plus 10% would equal 110%. So you could do it in one formula. You could say equals your pay, E5, times 110%. Your pay plus 10%. But again, we have to remember it must be absolute. So press function key F4 to make it absolute. All right, press enter. And you got new, and your new pay 2 is 943.8, just the same as your new pay when you added it. And that's what you expected. Now, left double click with your fill handle, and there's your matching amounts. So whether you used a sum, and if I go control left single quote, you used a sum, or whether you used 110%. They are equal, they're the same things. It doesn't matter which way you use it. All right, control left single quote. Save your work. Go control S to save. Now, the next thing is that we need to get our format on here. So I think the easiest way is likely to click in cell E5, hold down your shift key, and click in cell H16. Now, remember, you right click, go to Format Cells, you go to Accounting, and right now we'll put a $sign on everything, so a $sign and 2 decimal places, that's just fine. Click OK. And now you see the repeating $sign. We don't want the repeating $sign, so now click in cell E6. Make sure you're in cell E6, hold down your shift key, and click in cell H16. All right, now right click, go to Format Cells, and go to Accounting, and you don't want a $sign, so symbol none. Say OK. Perfect. Now you forgot to do the rate column. All right, here I'll click in the first cell when I want $sign. I'll go to my Home tab, my Format Painter, and I'll click. And there's my $22 with a $sign. Then I'll go to E6, and I could have went to any one of these cells. And this time I'm going to double click on my paintbrush so that I can paint all the way down. And there's my 2 decimal places, no $sign in accounting format. And that's exactly what you wanted. All right, go Control S. Now, if I asked you to do the total pay, let's say we put our cursor here. Remember, your fastest way is Alt equals. And it says the sum of E5 to E16, and you say yes, that's what you want, so you press enter. And did you see Excel put the totals all the way across? What do the number symbols mean? The column's not wide enough to show you the whole amount. Now we need a $sign. So I click in this cell with a $sign, but I could have clicked here or here. It doesn't matter where, as long as it has the format with a $sign. And then I double click on my paintbrush, and I paint these amounts to match. Now, they are all number symbols, so double click, and left double click so that you have no number symbols and you can see the correct amounts. Alright, now go Control S to save. Next we will do the headings here. Now, first name, you would want to select this, or you would be in first name A4, hold down your shift key and click in H2. Alright, first of all, let's widen this column a bit. Let's put on vertical alignment center, and let's put on horizontal alignment center. Let's bold, italicize, and let's color the titles. Alright, now we will right click, go to Format Cells, and you want to go to Border. Now choose your line first, and choose a thick one or else you won't be able to see it. So choose a thick line, choose a color, any color you want. Now put one on the top, one on the bottom. Change the color and put one on the left and one on the right. Now choose a thinner line, maybe this one, and choose a different color and put it on the middle. And now let's go to fill, and remember, always choose something light. You won't be able to see through those dark colors, so choose something as light as you can for your fill. Alright, so there you have put borders and shading on your headings, and you've centered them vertically and horizontally. Alright, one more thing, go Control Home, and we want to merge and center this, so hold down your shift key, click in cell H1 because that's the end. Alright, go to merge and center, and let's make this about size 18. Let's fill it with yellow, and let's make it a color, let's say purple. And let's make it wider just so that you can see it, and let's go with our vertical alignment center. Okay, that looks pretty good. Go Control S to save. So now, if we want to do your headers and footers, remember you go to File, Print. And the first thing, you go to Page Setup, Landscape, Page Landscape, Sheet, Grid Lines, Row Column Headings. Header, footer, first of all, your name. Okay? And remember we go Shift Home, and you go here and choose a font of your choice. Anything is good, and about size 12 or no larger than that. Go about 16 or 18. Choose a color that you like, and if you want bold and italic, go ahead and choose that. Say OK. Now in the center section, we put in the date and put in the time. In the right section, the sheet name, and remember I want you to put in page, spacebar, OF, spacebar, pages. Alright, say OK. And custom footer, we want to go to the path and file name, which is the yellow folder, remember. And nothing in the center section, so that if it extends over it can. And in the right section, we want a picture. Alright, so this is, I'm just going to search for dogs because that's easy. And okay, hold on here. I want to put a picture in, Bing. I'll try that again. Oh, here's a cute one. Insert. And you remember how we said with the pictures, we always select it, go to set a format, and put it down to about 40%. And you've got to start to get used to pictures, so you'll know whether you have to put in 40% or what you need to put in. And say OK, and say OK, and OK. And there you are. Now you are ready to print. You see how my path and file name went all the way. Alright, so go ahead and print your document, and then print your formulas. So we can print this one. And you can show your formulas in print. I need to stop here because this is the end of my time. So those two things you can do. So we're going to stop here, and that was your review for Borderline Shipping.